Alright guys, so I got my drawing here. I didn't have my truck low enough, so when I put my taco, I had to actually do it on a separate sheet of paper and tape it. But now I'm going to transfer it to a clean piece of paper where I'm going to do my gouache painting. I want to get all these details, and if you've got carbon paper, great. I'm going to pretend I don't, even though I do. One of the nice things is some of this stuff, when I drew on top of another drawing, almost partially transferred the other color onto here so I can actually see where some of my truck is. So I'm going to cover this whole side here all the way, and this is not even enough. I've got to make sure that I do an even better job than this, covering the whole thing. Now, if you happen to have an ebony pencil or something, you will see that it'll go a lot faster, or a general's layout pencil, but you'll also be sharpening your pencil a lot more. But it is a softer lead and a darker lead, so it will transfer quicker. And it will transfer darker, and it'll be easier to lay out. So I'm going to use mine, but if I didn't have one, I could just go through and do this with a regular pencil. Not a requirement. But most of you have had drawing one, and so you might have this pencil already in your kit somewhere. Oops. I tear my taco drawing. I'm trying to like work from here down so I don't get this with the pencil all over my hand, but I kind of didn't start that way, so I'm going to be in for it. When I go to transfer this, I'm going to want to have a ballpoint pen or at least a colored pencil or something that's different from my regular pencil. So I'm going to sharpen it and go through one more time. I got most of it's done. But I want to do it really good. Since this is only taking me, so far I've spent 3 minutes. This video is at 3 minutes when I started saying that. The reason I like the ballpoint pen is, one, it shows me a different thing than what my pencil looks like when I go to trace over it. So it makes it easier to recognize. Two, it's not so sharp that it cuts through the paper. And three, it's nice and firm and gives me a good clean line. So, alright, so now I'm going to hold it up to the light. You won't see that on the video. Make sure I got every piece of it, every part. There's a little bit of this awning I didn't get. Over here, there's like the mirror kind of sticks out kind of close. One of the tires is kind of close. Both of the tires actually use a little more color. Now, after I'm done with this, my hands might be a little messy. I might be getting my paper a little messy. So I'm going to be real careful. When I'm working. Okay? So, I'm done with this. Got it all covered. I'm not going to flip it over because it's going to get everywhere. So I'm going to leave it here and grab my final piece of paper. Alright, so I got my final paper and I washed my hands, so hopefully I won't transfer too much dirty stuff. And I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to make sure that my whole truck, the tippy top of my chili, and the bitty bottom of my tire all make it in the picture here. So I think that's pretty good. If you don't have blue tape, or hopefully you have some kind of tape you can use, just be careful and it doesn't tear the paper. If you don't have tape, you're going to have to just kind of hold it real still and not move it the whole time. And that is a pain. Alright. So a little bit of a problem. My very bottom wheel is like touching the edge of my paper. I don't like that. My chili is almost at the top. So I'm actually going to work a little bigger and then crop it down. So I'm going to use a different piece of paper. Alright, so one more time. I got a bigger piece of paper. I'm going to lay this out. I could kind of use the excess to kind of test my colors or whatever. And that way I'll be able to not have to worry about having it too close to the edge. Okay? So I'm not too close to the bottom, too close to the top. So I'm going to get started. And I'm going to speed this part up later, because you don't want to watch the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top and move my way down. And I'm just going to trace over this. Like I said, I'm going to use a ballpoint pen. Use what you got. It'd be better if you had something that was different color than your pencil, so you could actually see what you're doing. Alright, that took me about 23 minutes. Traced the whole thing, went through, made sure I didn't miss anything. I don't know what I'm going to put on this sign down here yet, so I'm just going to leave it blank. I am going to paint all this with gouache paint anyway. So I'm just going to carefully peel this boy off and see where I got. So, pretty nice, good trace transfer. So all I did was scribbled all over it, retraced it with a ballpoint pen, and I've got a nice clean drawing that does not have the grid on it or any kind of mess. So there I am with that. So that is what you're doing today. The sped up part of this video was about 20 minutes. So you guys should be able to finish this in one class period. That is the goal that I have for you. So get to work.